So I wanted to see if you wanted to make one of these. And the best way to approach this is to have a model that you can use to go by. So you're going to save your model, and you're going to create a new vector. You're going to upload your model to look at. So you're going to put it off to the side, just like so. I'm going to start with some basic shapes. So I'm going to start with an ellipse. And the ellipse color, I'm going to use the eyedropper tool and select the red that I want. Again, so I'm going to check the background color, eyedropper, choose the red that I want. To get that shape that we want, you're going to make 2 additional points. To do that, you double click on the line and you have the opportunity to make that extra. To round it off, there's a second dot on the inside. You pull on that and it rounds it off. You can revisit those circles at any time, modify them however you like. There's an additional handle here, if you double click, that allows you to warp and model or round off the edges. So in this case, I just want to round it off like so. Flatten the top a little bit, and that'll be a start. For the feet area, what I'm going to use is another rectangle. I'm going to just for illustration purposes, I'm going to recolor it so you can see it. But the idea is this: you take a rectangle and you lay it over, hold Shift, click the background one, and you're going to choose Subtract. If you do Intersect, this is what you get. If you do Exclude, this is what you get. But we want Subtract. Now that you have the kind of basic shape, we need to round off the feet. We're going to find an edge here, double click, make a little circle, pull it down. Over here, I might double click, pull this in a little bit, sorry. Triple click. There we go. We're going to round this off using the round off. I'm going to get this very edge and do the same. Put one here maybe. Takes a little finagling. I think I got too many of them. I think I can delete them by hitting the delete key. There we go, kind of rounded. I'm going to do the same down here. Probably put a point here. Pull on it. Round it off by pulling on the inside circle. Do the same here. Probably going to pull one in here, like so. Until I get it rounded. Once I have it pretty much where I need it to be, I'm going to give it some outline. Right now it's just a shape. We need to get that black outline. That's called border. Come over to border. change it to black, and then increase the size. If you want to add an extra point over here, you can do that. Now for the backpack, I'm going to use a rectangle. I'm going to start with a regular rectangle just to illustrate something for you. So the backpack is a little lower than this area here, so I'm going to make sure it's lower here. It's right about here, maybe in alignment. Again, I'm going to use the background eyedropper tool. Whoops, wrong color. Eyedropper, and choose this same background. I'm going to send it to the back using the send to back tool, so it's behind. I don't want this area here, so I'm going to use a rectangle, lay it over top very generously. I'm going to shift click the backpack so they're both selected, and I'm going to choose subtract. That cuts into it. Maybe I'm going to bring the backpack a little higher. And now to round off the corners, I'm going to move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. I'm going to double click this corner, grab that inner circle and pull on it. I'm going to also add a border to this one, a black border, thicken it up. Now we need this red, a lighter red interior. I'm going to start with an oval or an ellipse again for the general shape. I'm going to double click this area here, pull it out, bring this one down, double click over here, pull this one in, maybe round it off with the inside rounder. Where is it? I can't find it. There we go. What is this? Oh, that's for that one. Sorry. There we go. All right. Down here, I'll add another one, I think. Oop. Gotta get on the right one here. Drop it down. All right, and the color I'm not happy with, so I'm going to do background color. Eyedropper tool, choose that interior color. Looks like I need a little bit on the backpack as well. So that could be an easy rectangle or ellipse. Double click it so I can round it off. And looks like I accidentally chopped. There it is. So this has a little arc to it, so I'm going to do the same here. Oops. I should be able to double click it and pull on. There we go. Pull on it like that. And this seems to be in a weird mode. Bring it to front. I'm going to cut it out and paste it back so I can see it, because it seemed to have gotten locked in there. Alright, so I have this going on. Now I need to make the goggles. I'm going to use another ellipse. For now, I'm going to just choose a random lighter color. Scale it down-ish. Now it's not supposed to be perfect, so I'm going to double click on this part of the oval and kind of pull on it. And do the same out here. Down here I might double click and pull on that a little bit here. And I'll do one more maybe here. Maybe I'll kind of rough it up a little bit. This needs to be this color inside, so let's do medicine dropper. Use that color. Let's go with a border that is kind of about that. And then we need to do this fancy stuff over here. Same idea. I could do an ellipse. Whoops. I can do an ellipse like so. Recolor it. And then I have some choices here. I could do this where, you know, you can kind of match it by clicking on the edges and making it, or a previous model I did this. I made a copy of it, pasted it. So the idea here is to make two shapes. I'll recolor this one just so you can see. And then I shift clicked the other one and I did a subtraction. What that did is it gave me this kind of really cool look for the goggles. So I had two shapes, one to kind of mess with the other one. All right, and then one more ellipse probably, like this. Could be a white or an off-white. Again, you want to rough it up, so you want to click on a point here, and so forth. So based on this model here, this is what I came up with. I could use a little work here as far as matching. And then when I'm done, I'm going to choose export and I'm going to choose SVG. Before I do that, however, I'm going to delete my original here, or actually I could select everything. Control A, shift click this one so it's not included, then export. Okay, it took it to selection. That's what I want. I can choose just the selection and I can save it as a PNG like so. My other model I was going off was this, and you can see I did the swoosh here. The swoosh. It's basically two shapes, one on top of another. You select one, shift select the other, and choose the removal, and that is the swoosh. Hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial for Among Us.